Hi folks, it's Aubrey with Northbound Physical Therapy and Wellness, and I'm here with a few shoulder movements for you. If your shoulders are feeling stiff from a day at work at the computer, taking care of your kids, some other task that's just left you feeling a little stiff and in need of some movement here, I've got some things for you to try. In my monthly email this month, I talked about the Goldilocks amount of activity for your body, whether that's your overall health or some specific element of your health. So, something like shoulder stiffness, I would encourage you to get curious about what's contributing to it. Is there something in your workspace or your habits that could be modified to maybe contribute to less shoulder discomfort or stiffness? And then, what sort of movements help you mediate that discomfort or that stiff feeling in your shoulders? So you can vet that with each of these three different movements I'm about to show you. What do you notice before and after? Which movements do you like? Which ones feel really good? And which should be a part of your daily routine in helping you care for your body? So before we get into the movements, I just want to preface this stretch just like I do every video in saying that I want to ensure that you're honoring your body in how we move. When we work with neck and shoulders, we have lots and lots of nerves and blood vessels that are moving through these areas. So things like numbness or tingling into your hands, certainly something like dizziness being experienced, those can be symptoms that warrant further investigation. So if you start to experience that in anything we do today, or you're having pain or pinching or discomfort, modify what you're doing. And if it's one of, like I said, those other symptoms, get some attention for that from a professional because they can help you get back on track. All right, so first things first, for loosening up the shoulders, something very familiar, shoulder rolls. So this is the first one. Roll out those shoulders. I think this is probably on every person's shoulder routine, just kind of warming up, rolling the shoulder blades on the rib cage, forward and backward. You can pick a number to try out for yourself, or you can just go based on feeling, how long it takes you to feel like things are limbering up. As you move, we get blood flow, we start to stretch out the tissues, and we should start to experience that positive shift. That's what we're really looking for here. All right, we rolled them out. Now let's take it backward and forward. So most people, we spend a lot of time here forward, or typing on our computer, or we're picking things up. So spend a little extra time in the backward position, squeezing shoulder blades together. You should feel muscles on your back kind of engage. Make sure you're not jutting your head forward when you do this. Just try to drive it from your shoulder blades. Forward and back, waking things up. All right. Next on the list for you, I want you to put your hands on your shoulders, and we're going to do some circles. So the hands on your shoulders kind of makes you ensure that the movement is coming from your shoulder joint, from your shoulder blade. And if you're noticing a lot of back movement when you do this, see if you can maybe make your movement a little smaller just to feel it across your chest. And switch it up. Good. If you don't like being in that posture, you can definitely just kind of put your arms in a lower position if being way back here isn't accessible for you. All right, finishing up with a few more rolls. I'm feeling a sense of warming. I feel like my muscles are getting a little bit they're turning on, they're awakening. And I'm starting to feel warm in there. And those are great signs, meaning we're getting lots of blood flow and the tissues are really getting moving and getting some energy that they need. Okay, final one here. One arm goes up, one arm goes down. This stretch, some people don't like being here, so you can just drive this from your shoulder blade. But we've got one arm reaching to the ceiling while the other reaches toward the floor. So you can see they're going in opposite directions. I feel muscles working differently in each arm. I feel especially my lat and my back kind of helping me press down. I'm going to switch. I'm going to go the other way. Just reach for a second or two till you really feel those muscles turn on. So if you didn't like this full overhead arm reach, you could do this just shoulder blade, kind of your shoulder blade is reaching up and going in a different direction. And this might make your neck want to do funky things based on your movement patterns, but just kind of feel it out. And as you progress in repetition, see if you can start to relax maybe neck muscles that want to jut your head forward or clench your teeth or something like that. Good. And then if we want to put a little bit of flair on this one to end, we can turn that reach into a little bit of a turn. So let me make sure you can see me here. So I'm still kind of doing my up and my opposing reaches here, but now I'm adding a little bit of rotation with it. Our body moves in nice three-dimensional patterns. We don't always move in these singular manners. So we can start to make it even a little bit more energizing, a little bit more active if we kind of turn it into some diagonal reaching there. If, again, overhead is uncomfortable for you, just do some horizontal reaching. And then it gets you moving through your thoracic spine, which also helps with shoulder motion and shoulder stiffness. Okay, whew, I'm a little winded from doing that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments or drop me a line in the questions and suggestions box in my email. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.